Well, news just coming through. Faiz Hameed has exited as the DG ISI, the big development, and it's confirmation of what we told you here 24 hours ago at CNN News 18, that this is a leg up for ISI DG Faiz Hameed, who had stepped down into Kabul and ensured that the Taliban takeover was done by those sitting there after that forceful takeover in Afghanistan were puppets in the hands of the Pakistani establishment. Nadeem Anjum has been appointed as the new DG ISI. He takes over from Faiz Hameed, who's been posted as the Corps Commander in Peshawar, and he will replace Lieutenant General Nauman Mahmood. Now, going to Peshawar is seen as continuity in his critical role in handling Afghanistan. Reports suggest that this posting will also be for Faiz Hameed's likely elevation to the post of Chief of Army Staff after General Bajwa. And this is perhaps the way he's now been identified as the next person to succeed Qamar Javed Bajwa, although his presence in Peshawar and his ability to negotiate with the Pashtuns, who a large section of who believe that it is the Punjabi who's come there in Afghanistan and spoilt it for the Pashtuns and mainly for the Taliban, the moderate group which wanted acceptance globally and did not want the hardliners and the Pakistani elements and the influences to dominate the discourse. So that, we told you, is likely to happen, and that's exactly happened. What happens in Peshawar and how is he able to manage the situation, we'll have to wait and watch. But the former DG ISI is now the Corps Commander Peshawar, in line to succeed Qamar Javed Bajwa. Moving on. Closer home, the Uttar Pradesh Anti-Terror Squad has conducted raids at Shaheen Bagh in connection with the illegal conversion case. The raids took place at the premises of Maulana Kaleem Siddiqui, a top Muslim cleric who was arrested in the matter. Incriminating documents which are related to the funding of conversions has been recovered. Remember, over 1,000 people had been converted in a span of 18 months. The footprints of this terror operation extend into Gujarat, Mumbai and other parts of Uttar Pradesh as well. Women were converted and married off, and victims were lured with money and jobs in this anti-India operation with suspected links to the ISI and funding from abroad.
At around 10:30 a.m. this morning, the UP ATS raided 4 places in Shaheen Bagh and in the National Capital Region in relation to the illegal conversion racket that was unearthed by the UP ATS in the past few months. Currently, we are standing at one such location that was raided by UP ATS this morning. It is being said that UP ATS found many incriminating materials from these raids that link the Maulana Kaleem Siddiqui to the anti-conversion racket, which is said to be the biggest anti-conversion racket in the whole country. It remains to be seen what was recovered and how does it incriminate the Maulana to the case.
Currently, we are outside the Shaheen Bagh police station. A while back, the UP ATS team, which conducted the search operation, was staying here for a while. And during the search operation, some of the controversial documents have been recovered so far, and some of the documents that belongs to the funding as well have also been recovered apart from hard disk as well. So such is the details that are coming in right now. So the details are coming in that in the days to come, few more arrests and few more developments can also be seen in this particular case.
Moving on, in big relief for the Uttarakhand government, the High Court has lifted the upper limit for devotees who plan to visit the 4 shrines, Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri and Yamunotri. The 2,800 visitors per day limit in all 4 shrines had created a lot of chaos in the hills. Meanwhile, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Dhami visited Kedarnath temple earlier in the day and took stock of the construction underway at the temple. And this is also days ahead of the scheduled visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We try and go across to Anupam Trivedi for more details, but no visitor limit for the 4 pilgrimage shrines of Yamunotri, Gangotri, Badrinath and Kedarnath, and the High Court lifting the limit of the number of devotees who can visit just as the season was opening up, and there were a lot of devotees who wanted to visit the shrines before the winter sets in and the shrines shut down for the winter. Mind you, Pushkar Dhami, the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, taking stock of the construction underway and the work that's being done, so that bulk of the work is completed ahead of the Prime Minister's scheduled visit on the 7th of October, the day he completes 20 years in governance. Moving on to Tamil Nadu, where the Madras High Court has issued notices to the Tamil Nadu government regarding flex boards. This after a PIL was filed over a young boy who got electrocuted while putting them up for the DMK. In the light of deaths that have occurred since 2017, the High Court bench has directed the DMK-led government to stop the practice of floating massive flex boards across the state. And the Election Commission has allotted new names and a symbol for the separate factions of the LJP. The faction being led by the party president Chirag Paswan will retain the original name Lok Janshakti Party while they use a helicopter symbol. The faction being led by his uncle and Union Minister Pashupati Paras will be renamed as the Rashtriya Lok Janshakti Party, and they will use a sewing machine as their symbol.
चुनाव आयोग के निर्णय का मैं स्वागत करता हूँ। जो भी निर्णय हुआ है वो निर्णय नियमता हुआ है और मैं चुनाव आयोग के निर्देश का मैं स्वागत करता हूँ। हाँ, नाम भी चेंज हुआ है क्योंकि दो पार्टी का जब मतभेद होगा, स्वाभाविक है कि चिराग पासवान जी ने कहा कि ओरिजिनल एलजेपी हम हैं, मैं कहा कि ओरिजिनल एलजेपी मैं हूँ। क्योंकि अभी विवाद है, इसीलिए सिंबल पर भी और पार्टी के नाम पर भी उन्होंने प्रतिबंध लगा दिया।
And the Nobel Prize for Physics has been awarded to 3 scientists for their study on understanding climate change and how our actions influence it. The award was presented to Shukuro Manabe, Klaus Hasselmann and Giorgio Parisi in Stockholm. Now for the latest in the Gujarat civic polls, the BJP beat the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party to win Gandhinagar. The party staked its claim on 37 out of 44 seats. Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted to say that the results of the polls reaffirm the deep-rooted bond between the people of Gujarat and the BJP. In the Mahant Narendra Giri death probe, the 2 accused, Anand Giri and Agya Prasad, have been sent to 14 days of judicial custody. Meanwhile, fuel prices have been hiked once again. Petrol prices have risen by around 25 paise, while diesel has been hiked by around 32 paise. The petrol prices in Delhi are at 101 rupees per litre, while diesel is at 90 rupees per litre. In Mumbai, the prices now stand at 107 rupees per litre of petrol, and diesel is priced at 97 rupees per litre. Meanwhile, 4 accused in the cruise drug case have been sent to the NCB custody till the 11th of October. 2 of them were guests, 2 were allegedly peddlers. This is the latest coming through that there was contraband that was found at the levels of intermediary possession with 2 people, and there were 2 people who've been identified as guests. Vinaya Deshpande now joining us with more details. Yes, Vinaya.
But Anand, the net in this case only gets wider because now we see that not only are raids happening at multiple places, but there are several arrests as well. 2 arrests, in fact, were informed about yesterday. It says Shreyas Nair, who is a drug peddler, says NCB, was arrested yesterday. Also, another peddler was arrested late last night. So that took the arrest to total 12. 2 more persons were arrested today. The NCB had also raided the cruise liner itself in order to gain more thread out of this entire investigation. So now the NCB has got custody of all the 4 accused till October 11th because one of the accused, Abdul, has been found to possess intermediary amount of drugs. There is a seizure of 54.3 grams of MD and 2.5 grams of ecstasy from him, whereas Shreyas, who's the drug peddler who was picked up from Goregaon yesterday, has 2 grams. NCB says it has found 2 grams of charas from him. Both Manish and Avi, who were on the ship, on the cruise liner for the party, they were the guests there, and Avi has been charged with consumption, just like Aryan Khan has been charged with consumption, while Manish has been charged with possession as well. possession of 2.5 grams of ganja.
Right.
So the NCB says that there are more arrests which are likely in this matter, even as multiple raids continue through the day.
Well, so intent to not just host peddlers, but also those who came in with the intention of consumption. Serious charges and many more arrests now happening. 4 fresh arrests and them being sent into custody. Vinay Deshpande, thank you for your inputs. That's all we have time for in this edition of The Nation at 5. Viewpoint with Zaka right now.